Hello and welcome to the India Briefing. I'm Mukulika Banerjee, Professor of Social Anthropology at the London School of Economics and Political Science. I live in London, write about democracy and elections, and have done research in rural India for over 25 years. My current research is on the politics of tax.
And hello, my name is Pragya Tiwari. With a background in law and policy, I've been an editor and a journalist for over 20 years, setting up and heading up newsrooms, launching international publications such as Vice in India as its first editor-in-chief, and writing on politics and culture for publications from around the world, including the New York Times and Al Jazeera. Currently, I run a strategic communications consultancy that is based out of New Delhi with clients across Asia and the Middle East. India is the world's most populous country with a median age of just 28, and it's an emerging economic powerhouse. Whatever happens here is bound to have an impact on the future of jobs, businesses, geopolitics, climate change, and much more around the world. And yet, there's no one singular, reliable source where you can go to make sense of the country, especially if you do not live here and are not plugged in to its media and social media ecosystems. Mukulika, you work in the space of democracy and politics as a writer and an academic, and you travel around the world, and you're meeting people all the time who have so many questions about India for you. What do you attribute this gap of understanding to?
Pragya, I'm often invited to brief ambassadors, investors, parliamentarians, and journalists. I see that there is a huge interest in India because everyone recognizes how important it is globally. But India as a country is daunting to understand. Though it is a country, it really is a continent in itself, with 22 official languages, 29 different states, all the world's religions. It's hugely diverse and complex. To understand the headlines, you often need background knowledge and an understanding of its civilizational ethos. And on any given day, so much happens in India that it makes it forbidding for anyone to remain informed about it. Commentary on India is plentiful. But then, as the economist Joan Robinson warned us, whatever you say rightly about India, the opposite is also true. So I think what you and I can offer here through our shared experience in public engagement and deep knowledge is a trustworthy, one-stop podcast for anyone who wants to remain informed about India.
And for us, this podcast has been in the making for a while. Mukulika and me have been friends for years, and this gap in understanding comes up in our conversations ever so often, especially when we're listening to or discussing podcasts on global affairs from other parts of the world. We find ourselves wondering why there isn't a dedicated source for nuanced understanding of India. The India Briefing aims to bridge this gap. Through crisp conversations and sometimes debates, we will bring to you everything you need to know about the economics, policy, and culture of India. Whether you're studying here, living here, investing in the country, or simply India curious.
The India Briefing will tell you what the important stories in India are and what you need to know to understand them. Our research will be credible, and we guarantee you that all the information we share here will be fact-checked and reliable. I will bring my academic credibility and experience of having done countless briefings to you through the India Briefing.
And I will bring in my years of experience as a journalist and an editor, tapping into sources from around the country and getting experts to weigh in where needed so you can get the full and accurate picture. In preparation for this podcast, we've been speaking to friends, colleagues, writers, journalists, thinkers, diplomats, policy professionals, and politicians, asking them what it is that they would like to hear from us. We now extend that question to all those of you listening. Write into us with your thoughts and suggestions at tib@oijo.in. That is tib@oijo.in. We're excited about this journey and we really want you to be a part of it.
Thank you for listening and look forward to welcoming you to the very first episode of the India Briefing very soon.